All right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here, and in a little bit of a different environment today, so I'm trying to get all the settings all adjusted. So I appreciate your patience. We're in Psalm 39 today, so we are making progress. Yeah, we're almost a third of the way through the book, and I don't know. I've really been liking it. I really like the Book of Psalms and just taking it one chapter at a time. And sometimes obviously multiple days for the one chapters. If they're longer, just been good to reflect on it and to appreciate. What a lot of them are David. What David put down in his heart for God and his relationship with Him, and then just how good God is. How much it just continues to turn our focus towards the Lord. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Psalm 39, verse 1. I said, I will guard my ways so that I may not sin with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle, as long as the wicked are in my presence. I was speechless and quiet. I kept silent even from speaking good, and my pain intensified. And I was thinking about this today, just wow, I will guard my ways so that I may not sin with my tongue. And it's just interesting, of all the ways that you could sin, that's the one that he highlights. That just a reminder, I think, of us to be really careful how we use the words of our mouths. Because, in the power of the tongue, it has life and death. And what are we using our tongues for? What kind of words are we speaking over our own lives, over the lives of other people? What kinds of potential, are we kind of putting out there into people's lives? Because if you think about your life, you probably can think of a time when somebody said something, whether positively or negatively, had a significant impact on you. And then just think of, I know that I can remember one specific time in my life where I said something, and to me it was like not a thing, like not a big deal. But the way that the person received it was like pretty rough, and it ended up causing a good bit of problems. And man, I was just, reminded of how careful we need to be of the words that are coming out of our mouths, because they carry so much power in them, and we just want to make sure that we're bringing life everywhere we go, and not sinning, not tearing people down. Like Ephesians 4:29, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only that which builds each other up. It's a great way to go. When you're thinking about what to say to your friends in church, or the kids at school, or whatever your context is. And so just think, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of my mouth, but only that which is beneficial and edifying and building each other up. My heart grew hot within me as I mused. A fire burned. I spoke with my tongue. Lord, make me aware of my end and the number of my days, so that I will know how short-lived I am. In fact, you have made my days just inches long, and my lifespan is as nothing to you. Yes, every human being stands as only a vapor. And I think the next one kind of goes right along with that. So, yes, a person goes about like a mere shadow. Indeed, they rush around in vain, gathering possessions without knowing who will get them. And I just, man, how critical is it for us to keep in our sights a proper perspective of how temporal this life is, and that we don't put all of our energy building this life, but that we put our energy really into building life into eternity. So kind of just taking stock of what you're investing your time into, what people you're investing your time into, and then in what context, what way are you investing into them? Are you developing people? Are you developing people in their soul, the part of them that is going to live on? Or are you merely concerned with normal human skills and ability? I don't, like, there are lots of ways we can just train people for the here and now. How to make money and how to do this and that, and really it's like, man, we need to keep in perspective how brief this life is, and that way we could surrender it afresh to the Lord and say, Lord, what do you want out of my life? And I mean, it's pretty clear he wants us to go and to make disciples and to teach them all that he taught us to, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Verse 7, now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. Now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. Come on now. He is our hope. Rescue me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the taunt of fools. I am speechless. I do not open my mouth because of what you have done. Remove your torment from me because the force of your hand. And because of the force of your hand, I am finished. You discipline a person with punishment for iniquity, consuming like a moth what is precious to him. Yes, every human being is only a vapor. And again, here we see the commitment of God to discipline iniquity, to discipline us when we are doing wrong. And I think that's an important piece for us to keep in mind, that we don't become too lighthearted or flippant towards sin, but that we view it for what it really is, that God is a God of perfect holiness and has commanded us really to be holy as I am holy, that we're supposed to grow in our understanding of him and become more like him day in and day out, more and more holy, more and more unrighteousness being cleansed off of us. Hear my prayer, Lord, and listen to my cry for help. Do not be silent at my tears, for I am here with you as an alien, a temporary resident like all my ancestors. Turn your angry gaze from me so that I may be cheered up before I die and am gone. And again, just struggling, with the discipline of the Lord. It's not fun. It's not easy. But yet just keeping in mind, I like how he's really just begging for mercy. He's not saying, I don't deserve this, and God, what are you doing? And that seems to indicate a good bit of humility in his heart. Hear my prayer, Lord, and listen to my cry for help. Don't be silent at my tears, and we know God's not silent at our tears. God doesn't let us waste a single tear. He sees them all and tracks it all. Like God knows what's going on in your life. And for I'm here with you as an alien, a temporary resident. Again, just kind of like our purpose here on earth is as temporary residents, as aliens here, that we're on our way through, meant to take as many people with us as we can along on the journey towards eternity with Christ. And so there you go. There's Psalm 39. And again, the biggest thing that I took away from today's reading is just that perspective on the brevity of life and making sure that I'm investing myself into the right things, into the right kinds of priorities. So I hope you're encouraged today, and God bless you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.